It's the Boyers Kingdom Marriage Podcast.
All right.
You know, like I said, welcome.
I wasn't ready. I was scratching my head.
Oh, okay. Welcome back. This is part 2. Last time was a men's special that we wanted to drop for Father's Day. We are the Boyers. This is Kingdom Marriage Podcast. I am Stefan Boyer. This is
Ashley Boyer.
And this is part 2, episode 8.
Yes.
So last time we talked mainly more about men and what they needed, the 7 things that they needed or that they would love to have, or what is required for a man to help him operate and be a man. But this time we're going to be focused on the ladies and what women need, as in girlfriends or wives, but mainly what women need, the 7 things that women need to be a great woman. You have anything that you would like to add?
Yeah.
Okay.
First of all, I would like to say, before we dive in, because he just be ready to get straight to the point, we're not in our same clothes. I would like to say that because we recorded this already. We started it. And the camera just died. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So we recording this again, but days later. So if I input a few of the tips and the conversation pieces that we had, don't be alarmed. I'm just adding in some of the things that we had already shared. So as he said, we're talking about some of the needs that women are looking for, the needs that women are looking for from their significant other. And like I said, we're talking about kingdom marriage, kingdom relationships. So none of the other stuff that you probably going to be thinking that's in here or that you might want to add might not be in here. So the first thing that a woman initially seeks from a man, from the Bible's perspective, it talks about love. Women need to be loved. They need to feel loved. And of course, when you feel loved, a lot of other things kind of fall in line. And I think love kind of covers a lot of bases when it comes to what you really want from your spouse.
Yeah. I really believe that women need to hear from their man, their boyfriend, their husband, that they actually love them.
Yeah.
Right. Because men don't really show it.
Mm-hmm.
Or how can I say? I don't want to say that they don't really show it. They don't really put an effort in showing that they do love, but they don't actually show love.
Yeah, I think that's the key. They do it.
They do love.
Men are providers.
Yeah.
They think because they've done everything you already supposed to know.
I love you. These lights are on. I love you.
I fed you the other day.
Yeah, we went out to eat, but women love to hear it. So men have to be more of a verbal, besides just an action, because the action can be silent, and you not know it.
Yeah.
You can show it, but in the way how men show it, they don't always show it with affection. And so they'll just do things just to be doing things. And they'll end up seeming more like a robot.
Right.
Right? You don't want robotic love.
Right. You want something real and genuine that you know is accustomed to that person. Because I think that is different with, you know what I'm saying, depending on the person, you know, because I think we all have our traumas. I think that for us, we weren't super affectionate growing up. And so, like, you know, I'm not an affectionate person, so I'm not really like lovey-dovey. So I think I look for love. It was like I was looking for love, but I didn't know that's what I was looking for. So I would look for it in a different way. I think I was the one who used to say, Did I used to say that? Did I used to be like, you know I love you? Did I used to say that?
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that because of your circumstance, it was kind of flipped in this aspect, but I still wanted love.
Yeah, I mean, your
Just the way we showed it was different.
majority of relationships nowadays, the situation is flipped.
Mm-hmm.
Even though the Bible says men want respect,
Mm-hmm.
majority of the relationships are flipped just due to how um, people grew up.
Right.
A lot of children grow up without their father in the household. So just due to society, due to how things are ran in certain countries,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so now more men uh, want to be loved,
Mm-hmm.
and women have this independent testosterone
Yeah.
about them because they've been taught to be a single lady,
Yeah. Strong
independent,
woman.
strong
Yeah.
woman. But so in my situation, because I didn't have both my parents,
Yeah.
I didn't see it. So when I just knew in my mind, marriage, we're gonna show love. We're gonna show that we love each other because I never saw it.
Yeah.
So
Meanwhile, I'm like, mm-mm.
right, you grew up.
You know I love you.
Yeah,
Oh,
because that's what you
what
saw.
you was about to say?
Because that's what you saw.
You was about to say something about my mom and my daddy.
I mean, you brought that up. So, I mean, not saying that they did anything wrong,
No,
but
yeah.
just observing from TV life,
Yeah.
watching TV families, the husband and the wife would sit by each other on the couch.
Right. That's
But
where you
then,
formed your need or what your idea of happy was.
yeah. So when I see people not sitting by each other, I'm like, what's wrong with you?
Yes. Oh yeah, you used to get
What's
mad when
wrong
I
with you?
did that.
Why? Okay, you'll sit on one side, then I'll come sit over there, then you'll get up, use the restroom, then sit on another side. So I'm like,
And in
that's
my
a
mind,
bit.
I was the furthest from thinking any of that. Like that was not on my mind. I just,
But I mean, a lot of people they don't sit by each other because that other person that irritated them. I'm still gonna be in the same room with you. I just ain't gonna be next to you.
mm-hmm.
And so you'll pick that up, you know, especially if you're a type of person that picks up atmospheres.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you'll pick that up.
You gonna take us deep, or you reeling it back? I heard you catch yourself.
I mean, you know.
So the next thing it says that women need in a relationship is attention. And I think that that's definitely key because I feel like men are providers at heart. And so it's like they feel like if they are working, they've done what they needed to do. But women, we do so much because we're, wives, we're moms, and we're doing a lot of the day-to-day on top of working. And so when our husbands come home and they're tired, you're like, what about me? And so you just want to feel seen, feel like you have your husband's attention. For me, validation was very much something that I felt like I wanted and needed because he gave me so much of it in the beginning. He validated me a lot in the beginning. And then I think when things began to shift, I started feeling like the validation ain't coming through like it used to. So I feel away. Like, and I think about it now, like social media is like a whole, like when you go back and read like books and stuff like that, they don't really have a chapter on social media. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that adds a whole new perspective to relationships because now I'm like, why you ain't posting me on Facebook? You know what I'm saying? I feel like you should be showing me off on social media. Just because I sought that attention from him. And it wasn't, nothing again that he, probably was feeling at the time. Could have been, I don't know. We could have been through a few different stages with it, but I think, that's just something that we women long to have.
Yeah. Attention on both ends. Attention is very important, but I know that women need more attention than men just because of being more sensitive than men, right? With showing feelings. So if you know that your woman likes to be posted on Women Crush Wednesday, my thing was in our situation, I wanted you to know for a fact of how I felt, not just off because I could post a picture every day
It
and
don't
be
mean
going through
nothing.
hell
That's
every
true.
day. And
Yeah,
so,
because now I could care less.
yeah, you'll see people that are really, really going through stuff.
Yeah.
They got to keep posting to make themselves feel better or to make their spouse feel better. But really, everything's toe up.
Yeah.
So, at one point, I was doing it for a certain reason, right? And now, at this point, I need you to know for sure whether or not a Wednesday slips by me or not. I don't have to wait till Wednesday
Right.
to post Women Crush
That's
Wednesday.
because that's the standards that
Right.
social media began to put us in and create those boxes and create those narratives of this is what relationships this is what you're supposed to do, those challenges and trends, and I'm like, I'm not doing no challenge. Don't tag me in none of that. I'm not tagging none of that. Post this many pictures, tell them you love them.
Right.
And then you feel like, oh, my husband ain't do that for me.
Get the votes. Vote who you think your favorite married couple is. I never wanted to enter that because then that has you going against other couples.
Right. Yeah. Never. And everybody's union is special because God gave it to them for a reason.
Right. But attention is good. Once I realized how much attention you needed, and in different stages of marriage, it grew, it changed.
And I think it'll continue to change as we, because I may not need it as much now, but I mean, sometimes tragedies happen or things happen in relationships and it changes.
Yeah.
So that's why it's important for us to go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, when you first get together with somebody and the dude's not trying to give you attention, he's trying to let you know exactly how he feels.
Yeah, red flag.
Yeah, so if you're always having to text first, call first,
you chasing him.
Yeah.
Then you finally get him and you wonder why you can't find him still.
Yeah, because you can't force a man to give you attention.
Yeah.
If he chooses not to, I don't care how good he looks in his polo shirt. If he just choosing not to give you attention, let him go. He's showing you how he feels about you. He's showing you what's more important.
Right.
So you always will come up second. That's why it says, he that finds. If I'm looking for something that gets my attention.
Yeah.
If I'm not looking, it doesn't have my attention. And
you're going to be doing whatever. What you need.
Yeah.
You're going to be very attentive to her needs.
So you'll have women chasing after a man, and they'll be dating for 18, 20 years, and their child will be 15 years old, and they still won't be married. Because she's still chasing after him. Still trying to get him to love her how she wants to be loved. And it'll never be that.
Yeah.
Because he never was. He'll maybe forcefully, finally get married because he knows it's the right thing to do, but he never was really chasing after. If he's a man about standards and principles, he'll finally get married. But then you have those that just won't.
That's not even on their mind.
But they'll stay dating, and they'll date for 30 years.
Because they've not had those hard conversations in the beginning, and you brush by conversations, and then here you are, like you said, 30 years later, and still looking for him that he'll change. He'll. And
they'll keep sweeping stuff under the rug, never really going after it, but sweeping stuff under the rug because, but this is the one. I done sacrificed all this time. I done put in all this time. I done gave him all my attention. He gonna be with me. So you need to find you a man that's gonna give you the attention that you need, that you're looking for. I don't care what his credit score is.
Yeah.
I don't care how much money he makes. If he's showing you that you are not number one or number two on his list of attention,
Yeah.
let it
Don't.
go.
Yeah. Let it go, because it ain't going. You gotta
Trust me, it's
Gotta
somebody.
teach them how to treat you. And I'm looking at this. It also says women want to be listened to. And so it just make me think about, we talked about how coming home after work, I was going to get to that. When men get off of work, they don't really want to talk. And so I think that it should be set up, though, to make sure that there's an established type of, okay, I need 30 minutes to decompress, or I need an hour. Because then after that, like, you got to be able to reconnect and give time to listen to one another. But give her the time that she needs, whether it's just you listening and she want to just talk about her day, or she needs to, because, at the end of the day, we're supposed to be best friends. And so there's things now that I don't want to talk to nobody else about. I want to talk to my husband, and so if I feel like he's not listening, then, that means he's not being a good listener, so I'm not going to be interested in telling him, because he's not interested in nothing I'm saying. So that was attention. The next thing that women want is protection. I think that is very key. That's something that, for me, I don't know, I can't never say I didn't feel protected. It's the small things, whether it's, I don't know, I kind of lost my thought, but protection, like, you want to feel like I said, when you asked me now, I probably didn't always feel like that, because sometimes I felt like I was I can kind of handle whatever on my own, but I feel like I said, being around you, I feel safe and I feel protected. I know you're not going to just let somebody run in and do anything,
Right.
I feel protected on this end emotionally, because I know that we've matured, and I know that emotionally you wouldn't put me in harm's way. There was a time that wasn't, the case. Mm-hmm. We had to work through our trust issues all over again, both of us. But now I can say, spiritually, you definitely protect me, because I know you pray for me. So you protect me spiritually, you protect me physically and emotionally. And so I think that for women, that's something that is very important for you to pay attention to when you're dating. Just kind of seeing how he handles you, and how safe do you feel?
Right. Right. No, yeah. How safe do you actually feel? And I know sometimes you'll have some people, you might find a man that he's going to open up the door for you, and he's going to do this and do that. But then you just have a new age or a new wave of men that just don't do that. But when you're around them, you feel like can't nothing get to you. Mm-hmm. And that's a good feeling, Mm-hmm. Like I said, in my situation, I really didn't have nothing to go off of, but I knew that I needed to provide, and I knew that I can't let nothing harm, right? So if I needed to go get on them hands in the street, we was gonna get on them hands in the street. There was a situation where, when we were separated but working on getting back together, I didn't realize how much I still cared for you until we were put in a situation where somebody was talking crazy to me, and I was fine with them talking crazy to me, and then you had showed up, because we were actually on the phone, and you were like, who is he talking to? And you pulled up, and you were like, hey, and then he started talking crazy to you. I was like, look, you gotta leave. I can handle him talking crazy to me, but he not finna talk crazy to you. So you just go ahead and go, or else I'm gonna spend the night in jail. But I didn't realize it until I actually heard, like, hold on. You know, just as in a man talking to a woman crazy, that's just one of my pet peeves. I can't stand it. I
Yeah.
can't stand another man talking crazy to a woman like she a piece of trash. And I
Yeah.
can't stand kids talking to adults like they run something.
Yeah.
You'll have to catch me. You'll have to, if I'm in the room, somebody look at me because I'm about to go in. And I won't even know the kid. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
But that's how it used to be back in the day, though. We need more of that, but everybody too. They don't nobody want you saying nothing to their kids no
And I
more.
end up fighting the parents.
That's why they kids be bad. But anyway, so the next thing kind of tie in together to me. Well, it says security. Um, and when I think of security, I think about like financial security, stability, how stable are you, um, things like that. And then commitment, like how committed is your partner to you or to the. For me, I never say committed to the person. I say committed to the marriage or committed to the process, because if you just commit to me, I mean, you are committed to me, but just solely saying you committed to me is like wishy-washy, because I feel like some days it's not, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather you be committed to the marriage or to the process of the marriage.
I mean, so with commitment, with security, that has to do with a self-esteem issue.
Mhm.
If you have a low self-esteem, I don't care if the dude, we're on the fourth one.
Mhm.
If he does the first three correctly, but you
Mhm.
have a low self-esteem, you won't feel secure. You won't feel like he's committed, because at the end of the day, you still have to be able to love yourself.
That's right.
If you don't love yourself, it doesn't matter if the dude sends you flowers every day, he
Yeah.
take you to lunch every day, but the moment he not in your sight, you're not trusting him because you have
Your own
your
issue.
own issues.
Yeah.
But you have to understand that we are all in this thing called flesh.
Mhm.
So the Bible says to walk in the spirit and not in the flesh.
Right.
And if you find yourself in the flesh, you will fall short.
Mhm.
You will have thoughts that you shouldn't have thoughts of. But if you're walking in the spirit, the moment you try to slip into the flesh, if you have this relationship with God, the Holy Spirit is right there, and He'll
Yeah.
start to convict you before you do something, while you're doing something, and
And
after you're doing something.
Yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
So, commitment, you just have to understand, and a lot of people don't understand what marriage is, and we talked about this on the very first episode. The two become one, and the one is married to God.
Yeah.
Right? So, it's not that I'm being committed to you.
Right.
You already are a part of me.
Yeah.
I'm being committed to God.
To God. You're right.
So if I start
That's
to
why
mess up,
commitment should
if I'm
lie.
committed to God, then the Holy
Yeah.
Spirit will correct me,
That's
and
right.
I won't slip up. There was an incident recently to where if I was in my flesh,
Mhm.
I could have messed up.
Yeah.
And this is on the everyday. I cut hair.
Mhm.
I'm the baby's mama favorite barber,
Mhm.
right? So there's always that, but then when it's the enemy sliding something,
Right.
he's gonna show you exactly what you want or exactly what you think that you need.
Mhm.
And so if you're moving in the flesh, you'll fall short. You understand that a conversation can go two ways, right? I just like to use this example. So if you are somebody that loves to eat healthy,
Mhm.
but if you eat too much of that healthiness, it can be bad.
Mhm.
You have to be able to balance it out.
Mhm.
Avocado is good for you, but if you overdo with the avocado, it can be bad for you, even though
Yeah.
it's one of the best things for you,
Mhm.
right? And so that's how it
They
is
say
with
water too. You drink too much water, you drown your
you
insides.
dry your insides. Yeah, so you have to be balanced out. You
Yeah.
have to know your boundaries um, in conversations. You have to know your boundaries in times of conversations, what you're talking about, or if you know your weakness is this. Don't go and do that. Don't
Yeah.
go over there. Don't. If I'm recovering crackhead, I can't hang around
Yeah.
crack.
Your day one
Yeah.
has been doing crack with you.
So certain doors have to be closed until the Lord lifts you up.
Yeah.
When the enemy tries to come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord will lift you up to a higher
Yeah.
standard, right? He won't let you drown.
Yeah.
So just certain things you just have to just close out on until you are fully strengthened by the Lord and staying committed to Him, and everything else will get in place.
So commitment to God first.
Commitment to God first.
Yes. That's good. I was trying to figure out how to put my finger on it, but that was a good way to say that.
So women, find you somebody that is committed. Not you find you, once you get with them, ask questions.
Yeah, those
Right.
conversations need to. Baby, go to church, because when you see, I think once me and Stefan got back together, once we started going to church, I said, when you see a man with his hands raised in church, that's the new, baby, that's it right there, baby. When he can do praise and worship, and he not, in church looking crazy, standing around, and he really engaged and doing his own. You can really tell that he is engaged and into his worship, baby. That's the one.
Yeah, because I come to get it. I can't wait for you to get yours. I gotta get mine.
I know that's right.
Because He got something for me. I don't show up to church without expectation from God.
Yeah.
I don't show up in nothing without, when I'm coming to Him, I'm expecting something.
Mm-hmm.
If you start going to God and you're not expecting nothing, you are wasting your time.
Yeah.
Oh, I just prayed today because I know I'm supposed to pray. What? Anyways, you want to make sure, I want to say this last little thing about being committed when you are finding somebody. Always remember, look how life treats you. If you want to go get you a vehicle, they want to know how committed you are to making this payment.
You sure right
So
about
they run questions.
Yeah.
If you finna get into a house, they got a bunch of questions and things that you just got to qualify for.
Okay, Holy Spirit.
So if you
better
are getting
speak.
into this relationship, there are some things that
You need to see what your credit look like.
there's just some things you got to check off. Oh, he ain't checked that off. I don't know if
Yeah.
we can. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
because
think
this
you
is a
can
big
afford
one.
me.
Yeah.
This is a lot to handle.
Yeah.
I'm a $500,000 house,
Mm-hmm.
but you look like you can only afford
Yeah.
$100,000 house. And when I'm saying afford, I'm not talking about money, if he makes his money or not, but if he's
Can't
not
afford
meeting
to
the
carry.
qualifications.
You can't carry what I carry.
Yeah.
You got to be able to, especially if you're a woman of God and you know that you're called to a higher position. You can't just come getting in a relationship with somebody who is not even there yet. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
he got to be able to carry carry your calling or understand it. I'm not saying
Yeah.
carry it, but you know what I'm saying?
Just understand it. And I'm not saying that because there's going to be other people that's going to watch this too. We're not saying that you just got to know
Right.
for sure.
I mean, because it's all
But
on
there gotta
faith,
be
and then
something.
you're going to go through the cycles and the growing, because, of course, we didn't start there.
Right.
But
With our situation is different. The Lord showed me,
yeah.
right?
Mhm.
So then there was this check in my spirit that I knew.
Mhm.
I tell people, my spirit leaped. So I knew if ain't nothing checking and ain't nothing leaping, and you going and praying and asking, and he ain't saying nothing.
Yeah.
There's been plenty of times I asked my mama to go somewhere, she just ain't say nothing at all.
This man go sit down somewhere. Okay, so the next one was appreciation and value. Women want to feel appreciated for everything that we do and feel valued. Like I said, it's hard. It's not easy being a woman. We have a lot. I mean, look, it ain't easy being a woman or a man, but I'm just thinking about just the duties of a woman, and we're kind of held to the standard of the wife is supposed to cook and clean and the gender roles. But I really feel like those gender roles were established in a different time where, the women stayed at home all day and the men went out and worked all day. So yeah, when you get home and you want to make sure his plate is ready and you feed him first and, all of that stuff they be trying to create debacles over. But I think that as women, we want to know that the things that we do matter. We want to feel like you really appreciate everything that we do, and everybody have different love languages. So some people, they want you to buy them something. It could be material things. It could be just your words. It could just be you saying, babe, let's watch a movie. I just want you to know I appreciate everything that you've been doing around the house. I see you, did the closet. I see you, did your laundry. Because sis be struggling. I be over here struggling. Laundry is not my strong suit. So when I do it, I'll be like, yes, give me a pat on the back because I worked hard. I really had to press past myself. But I just think, we're as women, that's one of the things that we look at. We kind of want that approval to know that we're doing a good job. And sometimes that's all we need to hear. And you want to feel value. We want to feel value, like we're of value to your life. We add value to you. We want to know that you know that we add value. We know we add value, but we want the spouse to know, or to let us know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I feel like you did real good on that. I appreciate you. See, straight like that. No, but. Yeah, I mean, men need to make their wives, boyfriends need to make their girlfriends really feel appreciated. That's one of the top things. I remember when I saw a post that said, women, who you feeding first?
Yeah.
Your husband or the kids? Or who get the big piece of chicken?
Yes,
and
that's
stuff
that
like
old
that.
school
So,
stuff.
to me, if it's a real man, he would want his kids to eat first. Right? He would always want to make sure that the household is taken care of. But men have to do better with appreciating their women.
Yeah.
Right? Showing that, letting them know, baby, you did your thing, made that stuff salmon. It was off the chain, versus like, did this sit? How long was this in the oven? Did you put it back in?
Did you just get this out the microwave? Why it's on the paper plate?
What's that smell? Why it smell like? What's going on?
Yeah.
No, I mean, if it's fish, if it ain't smelling, you can say something. But
Right.
I don't want you being sick. Talking about Stefan said I couldn't say I gotta appreciate you, but now it's been 3 days. My stomach, right? But no, appreciating when, especially if the woman takes out her time to cook your favorite meal. There's not a law that says that you have to cook.
Yeah, that's why.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I appreciate it. I see when you go the extra mile. Oh, well, I was waiting for you, and I be trying to tell you, you don't gotta wait. Go ahead and make that thing. I don't have.
Sometimes I do want it to be hot. You do want to do some things as you can, but just for men to hold up the standard that I need to have a hot plate every time I walk in the door, and my shoes need to come off, and somebody need to be rubbing my feet. You know what I'm saying? Like that whole why is kids running around? Why is stuff over here? Why like a woman, if they been at home all day, it don't mean they ain't been doing nothing.
Yeah.
It's still things to do. And then if they been at work and they just got home, like, let's do this together. You might have to get them kids to do them dishes.
Yeah.
Let them kids watch. Look, we've been at work all day long.
I ain't listen.
He couldn't wait till he got grown.
These things.
He couldn't wait till
I ain't had a wrinkle yet.
He ain't washing no dishes.
Nope.
But but I think that, have some organization. Just don't think it's all supposed to be on the woman.
Yeah.
Because that's not fair. Especially, baby, raising these new age little kids.
Yeah.
It's different. Like, because I can't do a task for too long. Because this 4-year-old, he would be anywhere doing it, God knows what. I have to try to, like, make my mind stay focused that he's here. Because if not, ain't no telling what he'll be doing.
But yeah, just always make sure that your wife
Don't cut me off like this.
Oh, I thought you was done.
I mean, I was, but you was just like, but
always
yeah, just make sure.
Always make sure that they're more important than the things that they actually do. Always make that known. That they're more important than the things that they actually do. I'm done.
Okay. So the next thing is compassion. Have empathy for your relationship, for the person that you're with. A lot of times, when we are trying to be strong women, and we can't come to our husbands, it can be kind of hard because sometimes we just kind of suck it up and just go on to the next day. And you suck it up and you go on to the next day. Instead of trying to figure out what's going on. Like, you got to be able to pay attention and know when she needs something. When does she need you just to hold her? When she needs you to comfort her in any way. What you got to say? Nothing. You agree? And the last one is partnership. To have a partner, to do things together. Let everything not fall on one person. Mm-hmm. I think some things were missing though. I put loyalty. I don't know if you would say that falls under anything, but loyalty, trust,
commitment.
Loyalty
falls
under commitment.
Yeah.
Honesty, openness, that kind of fall under compassion. Mm-hmm. Kindness, be kind. Let's not just be mean. We like to joke and play a lot. Stefan think he a comedian. Anybody who knows Stefan know he think he a comedian. So everything be jokes and funny. But I think that's probably because I laugh at everything. So I think that kind of made a perfect pair when it came to that.
Yeah. I mean, with partnership, you want to make sure that you know that you have each other's back.
Yeah. We a team. It's us against whatever. And
in the partnership, you want to make sure that y'all are friends. Mm-hmm. And the relationship and dating and marriage, you want to make sure that you're friends too.
Yeah.
Just because there's going to be different things that you'll go through, regardless of what happened between us, due to us being friends. Mm-hmm. It helped mend a lot of things. Not saying that certain things didn't hurt or certain things didn't matter, but we were still friends. We were able to laugh and joke.
Right.
And be like, you know what, man, I was tripping.
Yeah.
Because
we grew up together. At this point, I almost been married to you longer than I wasn't. What was it? We got together when I was 18, or was I 17? I was 17 and I turned 18.
Yep.
And so we've been married 17
19.
years.
Yep. Half our lives.
So we almost finna be together longer than we was apart.
Yep.
But yeah, so like he was saying, partnership, like having a friendship, I think that was the basis. That's what really kept us, because we never wanted to just hurt each other so much. The things that we done was probably like, yeah, like you say, yeah, I was tripping, but I don't want to hurt you, so I'm not gonna do anything. I don't want to really just hurt you. You know what I'm saying? Because I really do care. So the things that I'm doing are not to harm you. Mm-hmm. Or hurt your feelings, make you feel bad. It's just I'm going through some things, Yeah. But I always said that's one of the things that I wish we would have learned, like it's not us against each other. It's us against whatever the issue is.
Right.
And once we can both back up, assess the issue and tackle it together, then you can kind of have a better outcome. Because me and you arguing about what's over there it's nothing gonna be, because at the end of the day, like a lot of things, we're gonna have different thought processes about.
Yeah.
Because though we are maybe similar, but our minds aren't wired exactly the same.
Right. And so when the Bible says, die daily.
Yeah.
Pick up your cross, follow me, deny yourself. But he also says to die daily. So every day there's a dying that has to happen.
That was key. That was big for me.
Every day. So it says the two shall become one. Mm-hmm. Every day there's a oneness that should happen. Mm-hmm. Every day it should be, are we more as one or are we more separated today? Because each day is different.
Yeah. So
you want to make sure that you become one, stay one, but grow into this oneness more and more each and every day. It's not I'm going to be oneness today, but Saturday I'm supposed to go hang with my friends and I'll holler at you when I get back.
Yeah.
Nah, where's that oneness?
Yeah.
And it's not about, like how we were talking about trust issues and stuff like that. If you hang with your friends, hang with your friends.
Yeah.
But if you know that I got up this morning, left at 7. You got up, left at 9. Mm-hmm. We hadn't texted and talked all day long. Mm-hmm. I'm not getting off work until 6. Mm-hmm. But you and your girls are supposed to go hang out starting at 5. Mm-hmm. But I'm getting off at 6. Mm-hmm. There should be, because we're one, there should be a text message somewhere
communication on what's the play.
Yeah, it's not that I don't trust you or you don't trust me, but there should be some type of message. Hey, just checking on you. Good. I know I ain't talked to you all day. I've been running. I had to do this. Oh, girl, weave kept slipping back because she got an oily forehead and the lace glue wouldn't lay down, so it had me running back. And then I was trying to do my makeup and it was hot. I was sweating. Oh, yeah, well, I was cutting. Oh, boy, I had dandruff flying everywhere, so I didn't want to call you and talk and then get on me. So I was real quiet today. But there should be some type of communication, not just not all day.
You trying to check me where I'm going, I'm grown.
And you got an attitude.
Yeah.
Because I've seen people like that. Like, dude, she know my appointment is for 5 o'clock. Why is she trying to call me right now? Yeah. I said, have y'all talked all day?
Yeah.
Oh, no, we ain't. Well, she know that, okay, well, let me hurry up and try to call him. Maybe Stefan might be running behind.
Yeah.
And I know he's going to be here at this time, and then I can try to call him and talk. But you got an attitude because she calling because you think that she's
trying to watch you.
Trying to make sure you, acquiring that. I don't hear no, Stefan, hit your clip. Okay. No, it don't be that. But if you let the enemy.
Yeah, all you need is a little bit.
Yeah, so then the partnership.
Yeah.
Starts to have this battle. Mm-hmm. Unnecessary
battles.
And so communication on both ends.
Yeah.
What men need and what women need. Communication is the main key.
Yeah.
And it wasn't on the men's, it wasn't on the women, so I wanted to make sure that we said it. Communication.
Yeah.
Is the main key.
The main key.
If there is no communication, and when mixed communication or lack of communication happens, it'll mess up. Forget these 1 through 7.
Steps, yeah.
It'll mess up all day.
Right.
Like, oh, well, I thought you said an assumption. Mm-hmm. An expectation. That would mess up everything. Well, I assumed that you would have saw it. Well, I expected you to do this. Once I grasp that, that I can't expect you to be like me.
Yeah.
I can't expect you to see the certain things that I see.
Or think like
you. Or think like me. Right? Because I'm supposed to be dying daily. And we're supposed to be one. Once I grasp that, the relationship went to a whole nother level. Mm-hmm. Especially the way that I felt towards you. Mm-hmm. Right? Because what we'll do in relationships is you'll see your daddy and expect me to move and act like your daddy. and I'll see my grandma because that's who raised me.
Right.
And I expect you to move and act like my grandma would. Listen, my grandma always said if a woman ain't got floss, tissue, and hand sanitizer
in
in
her
her
purse,
she ain't a woman. And so I'm like, you got some floss?
I be having everything but.
You got some tissue? No. You got some hand? Oh, she got hand sanitizer though. Okay, all right, grandma. She got one of them. You know, so we'll hold these standards, and it's not like that. It's not like that. You know.
Yeah, that's good.
Cause my great grandma say if she wear flip flops in the wintertime,
she was gonna hate me then. What that mean?
She just don't care about us. She
nah, I know.
About how the back of her heels look.
Oh, look, that ain't me though.
No.
I don't be walking on the back of my heels.
I told her you was different.
Don't play with me. Oh,
I said,
Lord.
not this one, Big Mama. She put on oil.
No, you know. You know what?
She stayed with her feet down every 2 weeks.
I'm not messing with Stefan. We
Them
thank y'all for joining us.
Them ain't flip flops. She just got her toes done. That's the little thing that they give you.
The little foam slipper.
Yeah.
He be tripping. I thank y'all for joining us. I had to make sure my hair and my face looked all right because last time it looked a mess on camera. So I apologize. Yeah, that y'all had to watch the video through that because I was very upset and I'm a makeup artist. But like I keep repeating.
Because family will let you know.
Okay.
Right.
Yes, and my missing nails because I work with my hands sometimes. Well, all the time. I work with my hands all the time, and so my nails be breaking. And my auntie said, "Niece, don't you get on that camera no more with your nails broke." So I glued this one back together for you, Auntie, because it's definitely broke. But anyway, we thank y'all so much for joining us. Well, we gonna do a question, or we gonna leave that for next time?
We can do one of the questions.
Okay, let's do a question. Let's see if we can go to the bottom of the deck. You want to pick or you want to see?
No, you do one. I'm going to pick one.
Don't pick one at the top. We just did once. Let me see.
Nah, you just grab it and go.
I got to make sure that it's appropriate. You got one?
I'm waiting on you. You grab first. You need to go first.
I don't know what I want to ask.
Oh.
What?
Come on, you ready?
I can't. It's so many good ones.
No. That's what I say. Pick one. Come on. That's not how the game works. That's not how the game works. This is not how. When y'all get the game, don't do like this.
I told you. I said we read
it's
our.
It's supposed to be this way, and then you flip one over and you pick.
All right. Well, let me get another stack.
Okay. Okay. No. Don't look. You get 3 flips.
All right.
And you got to pick one of the 3.
All right.
1, 2, 3. Okay. Now, which one you want to do?
Does this say?
Go ahead.
In what ways are we still growing?
Same thing what we just talked about with communication.
Communication.
Yeah.
Balancing.
I feel like we're still growing. We're still growing in communication. You'll never be fully grown in communication just because people change.
Mm-hmm. And we're going to continue to change.
We're going to continue to change. So
I don't want to make it seem like we all,
I like the way how we communicate now versus how we used to communicate.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we didn't communicate at all.
Mm-hmm.
But now...
I think we did. It just wasn't well. Because I'm a talker, so I always wanted to communicate, but I probably wasn't using the best words or the best approach.
When I say communicate, this is for my perspective was I know that you would be at work,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll call you. And you're like, "Oh, I'm working," and then you're like, "But let me call you back." And then there'll be times you wouldn't call me back, and I'm getting off work, and I done got home. Everybody home. Oh, I didn't know you was at home. But you said you was gonna call me back in just a second. You done came home. Everybody done ate. Everybody done took baths and stuff in the bed. I'm thinking you still at work, right? So that was big for me. Cause I'll let you know. All right, no, for real, I need to talk to you. Or if it ain't nothing, I was just calling.
Yeah.
Right. So with that, I'm saying that has changed.
Okay.
And that we're growing in that still though. So, what is one thing I could do that would surprise you? Or do I need to pick something else?
I'm trying to think. What could you do that? I don't know. What could you do that surprised me? Nothing. I don't think.
Okay, well let's do it like this. Let me say 1, 2. That one. What is it that keeps us going strong?
Well, that's easy because it's kingdom. It's God that keeps us strong. And I would say because we've been through the process, we have been through some ups and downs, some things that, that made us grow. Like I say, we had to grow up together at this point. And so now that we've, changed and we begin to die to ourselves and we are doing it God's way, that's what keeps us going strong. Without him, I might want to knock you out.
Yeah, she's strong. I remember a time when, no, people, they want to know. I can't just say you strong and then like, yeah, okay.
We talk about, okay.
That's how I knew for sure.
How you knew?
It wasn't a dream. It wasn't a vision. It was this right here.
What?
When you had kept saying you wanted to rearrange the living room, you said, what, I'm thinking about moving the couch over here and the TV and the entertainment center over here and doing it like that. And I was like, okay, yeah. And I went to work. And you talked about it again the next day, but you kept saying, I'm thinking about, how would you think that would look? Now, I didn't know that you were saying, let's do it, because you never said, well, let's do it. And so I left to go to work. No, you kept saying, I'm thinking. Trust me. Because that was when we first
It's too long ago for me to remember.
We was first getting together. I'm waiting. Okay, if she really wants to do it, we're going to do it. I come home. I'm like, who been here? Who been here? Who moved this couch, this entertainment center, the TV?
I ain't need no help.
I was like, oh. And then I went to the store with the mom. And I thought she was inviting me to come because she needed somebody to lift some stuff. And we was at Sam's getting that big, heavy vase. And I turned around and turned back. It was in the basket. I said, apple don't fall far.
Gotta do what you gotta do. Can't be waiting around to get things done. But anyway, thank y'all so much for joining us this evening. We can't wait till next week. We don't know what we're gonna talk about yet, but we're gonna figure it out. Make sure you like, comment, or subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe. And leave us a comment. Let us know that you're enjoying the video. I don't know if y'all just watch it and just, you be busy. But nobody don't be saying nothing.
They don't watch, they listen.
They be listening.
People listen to videos.
But let us know that you took notes and that you got a few nuggets from it. We pray that something was said that can help change your relationship around with God or with your significant other. And we're always available if you need a listening ear. I always like to give the disclaimer, we are not licensed marriage counselors. We are mentoring from our experience. And so we would love to help if we can, pray if we need to. Just reach out to us and contact either one of us if you have our information, or you can DM us or leave us a comment and we'll get in contact with you. If that be all, let us be dismissed. I thought I was at church. Warriors out.
It's the Boyers Kingdom Marriage Podcast.